My name is Flora Newbegin. I'm 14 years old and I'm in the third year at Pimlico School. I live in Brixton in South London and I've got a sister who's 17 years old and a dog called Pippin. I love shopping and going to the cinema.
My name's Tom Felton. I'm 9 years old. I go to Cranwell School in the south of England. I have 3 brothers and I have a chinchilla called Stanley. I like to eat a lot, especially pizza. I like to play football, I like to go roller skating. I like to go and have a good time with my friends at the cinema.
Tom and Flora aren't much different from millions of other kids around the world. But in the summer of 1996, their lives changed from ordinary to extraordinary when they were offered the chance of a lifetime. They were selected from literally hundreds of other hopefuls to star in one of the biggest British movies of recent years.
I got the part through my drama teacher at school because Working Title, who made the film, came to my school and asked if they had any girls who could play the part. And I was really, really excited. And I said, well, do you think I've got any chance in getting the role? And she said, oh, I doubt it, because they're going to want American children or trained children who've been to drama school. So I wasn't going to get my hopes up, and everyone was saying, keep your feet on the ground, you know, you're probably not going to get it, but it's exciting while it lasts.
Stolen? How dare you? We did not steal. We are borrowers.
So I went to the first audition, and then I went to the second and the third, and I went to about 5. And still now, it hasn't sunk in I'm actually going to be in a film.
Act!
Peter Hewitt, the film's director, knew the moment he saw them that he'd found his 2 new stars.
Flora, we just found one day. She had no acting experience and came in one day and she was just right. She had that right mix of energy and passion to be Arrietty.
Whee!
And P. Green, too, we just found one day. We saw a lot of little kids and Tom Felton came in. My problem with him was trying to get him to stop laughing.
Tell her off.
Arrietty, Dad's going to kill you.
He tried to make me stop laughing, but I couldn't sort of stop it. But I eventually did it in the end.
Turn over cameras.
Tom and Flora were to play P. Green and Arrietty, the 2 heroes of a new feature-length adaptation of the classic children's book, The Borrowers. But you'd be mistaken for thinking that they were about to make it big in the movies. Quite the opposite. Borrowers are extremely small.
Borrowers like 4 or 5 inches tall, and they live under the floorboards. And they rely on human beings who live above them.
They take the small things, a bit like, say, paper clips, nails.
Food to eat, like breadcrumbs and stuff like that. And bits of material for clothes.
1, 2, 3, go!
With 2 successful Borrowers TV series already to their credit, the film's production company, Working Title, have had a special interest in the books for a number of years.
The TV series that we did was pretty charming. It was very faithful to the original books, which were written by a woman called Mary Norton. And they had a great charm to them. This, I think, is more of a kind of action-adventure involving little people, basically. And if anything, it's toughened up. The whole story's been toughened up a little bit.
What appealed to me about a Little People movie was that you could do an entire action-adventure sequence in that corner.
Run!
And effects now are such that you could really do some amazing things. I wanted to get over the fact that they were little people very quickly and find out who they were, what was fun about them, mess around with their characters, and then just have it be this incredible chase movie through this strange world.
Speed! You're going too fast! Over!
Popular comedy actors Jim Broadbent and Celia Imrie were cast as Tom and Flora's parents.
I adore working with children. Every single time I have, I love it. Because they're so honest and they're so uncomplicated. You know, Tom will get fed up, you know, around 12:30 and just want to go and have lunch. Well, it's sort of what we all want to do, but we don't say, you know. They're both absolute delights.
Come on, Arietti. Stop dawdling. Your mother's going to be cross enough as it is.
I told him you weren't ready. Now look what's happened.
He did it. He jumped right off the fridge.
Peregrine, put that marshmallow down and drink your milk.
But I hate milk.
Scene. Ah, there you are! Last. I was all in the spin.
She's in a state of complete anxiety for most of the whole film, actually, because the minute you meet her, she's worried because her children have gone borrowing for the very first time, and they're late back. And so from then on in, really, trouble is afoot.
A borrower is quiet, cautious, inconspicuous.
Non-existent.
I remember being told about them by an aunt when I was little. It's an image that stays, really, the first... you never quite get rid of it, I think, when you're told at that age 4 about the idea that there are borrowers, people under the floorboards who borrow. It stays with you, really.
1, 2, 3, action!
Every single way you look is something quite genius that they've made. Every day when I come in, I find something new.
It's a different experience. You know, you're going from school and no changes. I mean, it's just like different, just coming straight into here. I mean, you don't have a clue what it is, I mean, but it's just absolutely great.
And action!
Stop right there, Arietti clock. What is the first rule of borrowing?
The first rule of borrowing. That's a tricky one.
What was really strange about doing Borrowers was I'd get this car picking me up in the mornings and driving me into this big studio, and I'd be in double science or something, but actually I was kind of on top of a fridge or something like that.
The sheer scale of the film meant that the borrowers dominated the majority of the massive stages at Shepperton Studios for over 4 months, where huge sets and props were built to bring the tiny world of the borrowers alive. A big challenge for the film's production designer, Gemma Jackson.
I think I was concerned about how this would all work, how the oversized sets would work. Everything has been blown up to 14 times the size, so our borrowers are about 5 inches, and 14 times that is about 5'11" or something, is the way it's worked out. So everything in here, for example, we made an accurate model, and we found items in the shops that were appropriate to the size of our characters, and we just blew them up. And so we had models, and we worked, and we found things that fitted with our little models. So it's like sort of doll's house furniture gone crazy.
The next problem was, what do borrowers wear? Costume designer Marie France came up with some ingenious solutions.
We wanted right away, when you saw the characters of the borrowers, that you would know their scale, even if you saw them by themselves on screen without any reference of anything else. This is Amelie's dress. It's made with labels. Over her dress, she has an apron that is made from a washing instruction label. Spiller is dressed out of a M&M package. The father is dressed out of a driving glove.
My dress is a shirt cuff.
This is pyjamas.
My belt is a bootlace.
This is a sock.
This is just a bit of jumper.
These are plasters. It's like elbow pads.
Press studs.
Same here, studs. Sock.
And these are rubber thimbles.
Different colours. Look at this action man.
I know, he's so massive. One of the dangers of being a borrower is being seen by human beings. And this set, which is Pete Lender's shelf. Pete Lender is the human being, he's the child of the family. And this is his bookshelf, and I come out onto his shelf, and he accidentally sees me. And borrowers always think that if a bean sees the borrower, then they'll squish them.
Young American actor Bradley Pierce, who starred alongside Robin Williams in the hit movie Jumanji, was selected to play Pete Lender, the young bean who first discovers the borrowers.
Arrietty sits down over here, and I notice that something's moving up here. And so I come running over, and she disappears back here. And so then I go down here looking around, and when I pop back up, she's standing right here. I catch her in the coffee can and take her to the fishbowl, which was a fun sequence because it had the motion control. I was talking to her, she was talking to me. We had to do it all in sync, otherwise it wouldn't fit together. Wow.
Go on, go ahead, Bean. Get it over with.
This is incredible. You can talk. Get what over with?
The squishing? You aren't going to squish me, so get on with it.
Why would you want me to do that?
The real test for both actor and director was when borrower meets human together in the same scene.
We did one very complicated shot where Bradley Pierce is talking to Arrietty. He's actually talking to a stick. So it's getting not only the eye line to be exactly right for where we're going to put her, but also getting his performance to be right.
This is amazing.
So what I tried to do was always have the other actor there off camera. So their timing would always be the same. They would be responding to each other in the same way.
We have to move. The house is being demolished.
Demolished?
Yeah. My great-aunt left us the house, but she didn't write it down in a will. So now, the stupid man Potter's gonna tear it down. So we have to move.
I'm playing Exterminator Jeff. It's kind of chippy, you know, and he's got a van and the sign comes down and it's full of stuff. And he's got a big exterminator kit, you know, that's bit nuclear. So it's suddenly you've got this kind of quite retro-y world into which you know, he's giving it.
Where's he, boy? Can you smell tiny people? Cheese. Well, don't eat too much. You know what it does to you?
A pest control operative and a large man.
Officer Steady is this gentle force of right who puts the bad guy away. It's a very satisfying thing to do. I've never done it before. To be the hopefully to be the person that makes children go, hooray, he's here, right at the end when the bad guy gets his just desserts. It's a very pleasing thing to be able to do, because I've never been able to do it in real life.
Hello, it's us again.
Reducing Tom and Flora to 5 inches high meant that some of the time they were acting to nothing more than a blue screen.
Oh, that's a shame, because we love you.
Blue screen is basically a blue screen, and you stand in front of it and you act. And then they cut you out, and they put in a background where the blue screen was.
Oh, that's a shame, because we love you.
So when it's finished, you will be acting to something that to everyone else looks like is there, but actually wasn't when you did it.
On the real set, it was 44...
Peter Chang is the visual effects supervisor on the film. It's his job to work out the complicated positions that the camera needs to be put in to ensure that all the shots fit together back in the editing room.
The problem always is putting the miniature people into big scenes, you know, and we're working to a scale of 1 to 14. So it means shooting real live actors and scaling them down into shots to make them look believable that they're actually roaming around in the real life environment.
This single shot was broken down into many different elements, employing various complicated visual effects to achieve the result the director wanted.
The shot I wanted was Pod runs all the way around the kitchen, jumping over the sink, jumping on a broom, pivoting across to the stove, swinging on a coffee grinder, scaling the front of the fridge, and saving his son. All without cutting the camera moving the whole time, so there appears to be no trick.
We split the shot up into 2 blue screen elements, front and end. We decided to link up the 2 blue screen elements with a computer-generated section in the middle, where we would completely reproduce all the characteristics of Jim Broadbent.
1, 2, 3.
To get the movement of the computer-generated Jim Broadbent, the stunt guy has to wear all these like little bright dots and does all the appropriate gymnastics and is recorded inside a computer. So as Pod is running around the kitchen, we can have him turn corners, we can do somersaults.
Using the CGI character, he would then seamlessly blend into the blue screen elements. So the whole shot would appear as one, but is in fact broken down into sort of 4 elements.
What is it? What's going on? What's happened?
She made me do it. It's not my fault.
Where is she?
In there.
She's in the freezer.
Is that bad?
I don't think it could get much worse. It just got worse.
The best bit, I fall into a big pile of dog poo. It looks very realistic, but of course it isn't real. And I like fiddling with it. It's very squishy, so I like to squish it around and play with it.
One of my favourite bits was definitely in the borrower's house, because there were just so many brilliant props there, and it looks so good. It's so much fun with all the big props, you can just play with everything.
One of the many amazing props that Tom and Flora got to play with was this huge roller skate.
Don't touch that, don't touch that.
A few additions from the special effects department and anything can happen.
Grab hold of the rope! Can't I stay here until it stops? Pigweed, the bottle is about to get filled with milk! We don't like milk, I know!
To escape the clutches of the evil Mr. Potter, Arrietty and Pea Green wind up in a milk bottling plant, a sequence that Tom was not looking forward to shooting.
I was in a huge milk bottle and I get splashed in the milk. See, I thought it was going to be very nice, but it wasn't as nice as I thought it was. Then I realised it was mouldy milk with food thickener. And but it still was. It's a very interesting part. It wasn't very nice, but it's quite good swimming around in milk because then you'll experience the water instead.
What now, Spiller? What do we do now?
Originally, I thought the big appeal would be that it is the most amazing, seamless Little People movie. But actually, that is all secondary to how marvellous Arrietty is, how cute Pea Green is, how much you like these two, and how much you want to follow these two through the film.
It fascinates everyone. Whoever you talk to about being a film about the borrowers, and everyone wants to see it, grown-ups and children alike.
When something like The Borrowers comes on, you can fall down on your knees and thank God for having sent you The Borrowers, because this is something that adults and kids are going to absolutely love.
London's Planet Hollywood was to play host to the first ever screening of the film. Along with the rest of the cast, Tom and Flora also invited 50 of their school friends. The ultimate test.
Welcome to the very first screening of The Borrowers.
Tom, what was it like seeing it with all your friends?
That was very good. I hope they enjoyed it as much as I did. Really good. I would like to end up like half of Macaulay Culkin and someone like Pierce Brosnan, someone doing James Bond movies, you know, real action stuff.
I thought that was fantastic. It was such a good experience.
What did you ladies think of it?
It was I'm going to make you see it 25 times.
I'm about to do my GCSEs next year, and my mum doesn't really want me to do anymore. She wants me to go back to school and get my degrees and everything. But I'd like to do some more acting.